I think I'm going to have to say all that again because it was the note taker that was recording and not the video. Just as well I noticed that. So let me recap what I've said in the last minute or two. So today's topic is not what's on the calendar. Today's topic is about an Emmy for authors. And actually, sometimes I think it's better to talk about the things that are happening on the ground rather than keeping to some kind of schedule that I've created. Because sometimes that might not be as important as the message I want to share today. So what's an Emmy for authors? So it's a master of attitude, and that attitude being infused with all positivity. And here's the caveat, I'm not saying you'll never feel negative. You do. I feel negative. I feel a bit negative today. Why? Because I'm tired, because I've put out so much energy and now I'm like, I'm a bit spent, you know. But I still keep going. I'm showed up here because I want to talk to you because you drive me. But it's not to say I still don't feel tired and I don't want to just like, oh, go away, world. I don't want to make another decision. So a master of attitude is keeping that attitude. So this is me being true to who I am. So that's me showing my integrity, my number one driver, by showing up here. Even when I'm thinking, do you know what, I just want to switch off for today. But hey ho, I'm committed. So there's one of the attitudes, you know. So you need to be positive. You need to commit to what it is that you're doing. And for 90%, if you want to use 80-20% rule, you can. But for the most part, most days, you know, you're going to do it despite how you feel. And some days you have to just give in. I've seen me in the past before sitting for 2 hours in an afternoon because I'm so spent. And I think, okay, I need 2 hours away from my desk. I just need to sit, chill, go a walk, do something different, housework, who knows. I need a pattern interrupt to get back to my center and the right attitude that I need. So listening to your body and listening to yourself is also important. And just because you take a bit of time out is not a reason to beat yourself up either. So it's a balance. It's a fine line, you know. It's about not letting people down, but yet not being a people pleaser either. That is a really fine line, isn't it? But so therefore, in those 1,440 minutes of the day, you need some of those minutes for you. Now, if you run your own business, you can decide when it is. So I might decide between this meeting and my next meeting, I'm not going to do any more work. I could decide that to get some more energy back. Or I could decide, okay, I'll just keep going. And then instead of stopping at 5 o'clock tonight, I might stop at 3:30, 4 o'clock. You know, so it's about the fine line. It's about honouring yourself, but also showing up and honouring the commitment that you've made. So an MA takes in commitment. And I know a lot of authors are very committed in the beginning. We'll get the book, get the book, get the book. And you know, we get the book and we publish the book. The marketing might not quite go as well as it could do. But we don't beat ourselves up. But we do have to commit to making time and finding time and doing it and not putting it off. Look, this is what sits right in front of me. This little frog from Etna. It's made from lava from Mount Etna. And of course, it's got its little bit of glitter because we sparkle and shine, don't we, with our brilliance. And I'm surrounded by all these things to remind me of the challenging moments in my life. So that Eat the Frog First is about, it's quite hard to eat a frog. And what we do as people, we tend to do what's easy. I don't know about you, I've had days like that. Oh, I'll do this, so I'll get distracted over here. Oh, I'll just start working on this. Oh, I need to send this email. Oh, I need to do 101 different things. And then eventually the frog appears. Croak, croak. You're forgetting about me. And you know, when we don't honor those commitments, set intentions, not expectations, that's another whole video. Set intentions, and then we take the steps to fulfill them, we feel better. So it's a bit of a catch-22. So if we step into the wrong attitude, we're just going down the black hole, the rabbit hole. But if we step into a more lighter, that's bad grammar, by the way, and there's a lot of it on the BBC, I've noticed. You can't be more and lighter, and so it's lighter because light is one syllable. There's a little clue, light, except for when it comes to good, we don't go gooder. So the English language is a bit, see, I've gone off on a bit of a tangent here because I made a mistake. So you want to step into the light and use the light to energize you. When we step into the positive, even if it's difficult and challenging, eat the frog first, then we are more energized and we feel better, we have more meaning, and we just feel better all around. So idea is to do the most challenging jobs first, and then everything else is a breeze and you just get through it. And actually, you know, so here's a truth bomb about me. I quite often, I know if I think about something, I can procrastinate. Here's the secret that I've learned. Don't think, do, do it, don't think it. Because when we think it, we come up with all sorts of excuses, reasons not to do it. That is just human nature. So you have to master your mind. And so mastering your mind is mastering your attitude. So we want to be an MA, we want to have an MA for authors. Well, it's for everybody, actually. So we want that MA. Let's master our attitude. So an attitude of gratitude, for example, the littlest things in life. Be grateful, express it, write it down, show it. So important. Be positive. Even if you feel negative, change the thought. You've got the choice. Do you want to wallow in your negativity, or do you want to change it and feel better? There's a choice. Ask yourself that question next time you're going, oh, I'm miserable in my life, or whatever. Ask yourself, well, where's the silver lining? What's the positivity? Am I breathing right now? Am I okay? Can I do something? Because when we sit and we think, we do nothing. And then the more we think of the past, we go into depression. The more we think of the future, the more anxious we become, and that paralyzes you. So that's why mindfulness being the moment. So why am I telling you all this? I've spent a bit longer than I wanted, but I just really want to bring home to you about attitude and about positivity as an author. Because authors are full of it till they launch the book, and then it comes to marketing. It is like climbing Everest. It's like going to Antarctica. It's like crossing the Sahara Desert. It's like, I think I said Everest, didn't I? But 10 Everest in the heat and the cold. It's challenging, but it's worthwhile when you get there. And remember, it doesn't last forever. And marketing needs to be something that you step into and have a joy. If you don't like doing it, hire somebody. Get someone to support you. We give you a 12-month plan. You have to execute it. No one can sell a book like an author. I've just had a message from Julie Lewis in Dubai this morning. And obviously, Julie, hope you don't mind us sharing the story. But here's the thing in Dubai. The book trade in Dubai is not interested in the publisher. The book trade is interested in authors. So in Dubai, It's easy to get your book in all the stores. You just need to know the right people, go and talk to them, and and as long as your publisher's got it available, they'll order the books. Lightning Source will print them, and they'll get them in the shops like that. Maybe a week, whatever, but very quickly. UK, harder to get your books in a store. Doesn't work like that in the UK. It's much more, there's too many gatekeepers, actually. Even for publishers, there's too many gatekeepers. So it's a bit more challenging. But do you know what? We love a challenge, and we crack it, so we keep going. So we found some marketing in Shimmer at the minute, and that's in the early days. But what she said in the message, Julie, was that the people responsible for getting the book in the hands of readers in Dubai is the people who sell the book. So the bookstores. The bookstores are the ones that need the paperwork to sell the book, not the publisher, like we've believed. We've been through a whole big journey about being in Dubai. So, but it was the last 2 words, or maybe 3 words, that Julie, it really hit home. And Julie knows this. And I think I should get Julie on one day at one of these to talk about it. She says, it's up to the bookstores and the author. If the author doesn't pick up the phone, walk into the bookstore, go to networking, do all the things that we encourage you to do, then nothing will happen. Just because you've published a book, there's thousands of books. Your job is to be committed, back to the C word, to be committed to your book and its cause and its job and the impact you want to make, because your book has to be connected to your purpose in life. When an author is committed to their book because it's where they've documented their purpose and their philosophy, their lessons they're learning, those are the books that do amazingly well. So that's why you need to have an MA for authors. You need to master your attitude. Look, I'm not saying, like, some days I think, oh, do you know what, I'm having a rest from that today because it's driving me insane. I just seem to be hitting brick walls, or it's not going as fast as I want it to go. I'm not getting the result because the microwave mentality and attitude. We have to have a marathon attitude, that we're here for the long haul. You don't know when the door of opportunity is going to open and it's going to gush and propel you to new heights. So I'm going to talk to you about an author who's, oh no, this guy is a BBP author. What am I saying? So we've got the amazing Simon Ong. If you're not following Simon Ong, please follow him on LinkedIn and watch him. Listen and learn. Just watch him. Mirror him if you can. He is amazing. So he wrote a book with Penguin over 2 years ago, getting up to 2.5 years. And I have it documented. He has to do 95% of the marketing himself. Sure, he's got the name Penguin behind him, but that doesn't guarantee him anything. He leverages it. Of course, there is a leverage. I wouldn't deny that. And, great job if you get that gig. But they had watched him for 5 years before getting that gig. So you need to keep going with the right attitude, because people are watching you. People are watching you all the time. I get messages all the time. I've been watching you for the last 2 years. You're doing this, doing that. Would you like to do X, Y, and Z? Doors of opportunity open. Certainly a book will get you on stages way easier than without a book. I have so many people tell me, I need a book, Brenda, I need a book, because I've been offered this gig and they asked me for my book, didn't have one. They says, come back to me when you've got a book. So we know that a book will open doors of opportunity and get you on stages and joint ventures. So back to Simon. See, I got distracted again. So Simon does all these marketing, and just watch him. And And 2 years after, doing marketing week in, week out, without unless, even when he went on holiday, he was still marketing. It makes everything's a marketing opportunity. It's a lifestyle. It's like what people are aspiring to be and become. So he after 2 years has now got an agent because they've watched him. An agent's not going to be interested in somebody who's not doing stuff. You are the leader of your life. You have to be the driver. If people say, oh, she's got something or he's got something, look at all the work they're doing. Right, I know I can help them because if I work with them, I can focus them. Because we all need somebody to focus us. For sure. For sure. So that's one part of my job is to help focus you. But only if you're prepared to be focused. I can't force you. So it's so important that we have this MA. So Simon has now got an agent. He's everywhere. He's, no matter where he goes, he's getting on podcasts, he's getting interviewed, all because he believes in his book. And he's just been in, was it Malaysia, I think? He was in Malaysia last week. And if you look on LinkedIn, you'll see it. And he's pointing to his book in a bookstore. And it got the book of the week 2 years on. So let's come to home then. Oh, well, he is kind of home. Although we didn't publish Energize, we have published in Voices of Strength, Simon. But let's do come to home to Jamal Ahmed, whose book's been at #1 for over a year. Why? Because Jamal's everywhere. He's visible, he's ubiquitous. He's on stages. He's been asked to be keynote speakers above the lawyers, and that was the whole reason he wanted his book. He wanted to show what was possible, that you didn't need a law degree to be an expert. But he put the work in. He invested. He got a team behind him. It's all energy, and money's energy as well. So let's go back and really focus on being a master of attitude. A positive attitude that's committed to the long haul. It's the marathon, not the sprint, in Julie's words. Julie's doing everything in her power in Dubai to do so many things. She works on it every week. Every week she's doing something, whether it's improving her social media, whether it's going networking, it's speaking to people, it's going to the bookstores, it's speaking to people, it's being part of a writing group where she can influence. It needs to be your love. So that's why it's important that the book that you write is the love of your life. It's that thing that drives you. So for me, the book I have to write is about Brilliance, which is in the pipeline, of course, and has been for 2 years or more. So I have to finish that book. I'm too busy helping all you with your books. Although we did the 80 Cent of Publishing, we've got another one coming out not too far away as well, to do with the author's adventure. You have to be committed. Committed, right attitude, take action. So act. We talk about action here. Act is awareness, commitment, and acting. Traction, build the traction. Compound effect, the book that changed my life. Dan Hardy, read it if you haven't read it. Filled with story. That's how you write a great book. Go and read Dan Hardy's and see how a great book's written. Full of storytelling, full of his own story, case studies, everything. Amazing, amazing book, full of analogies, full of metaphor. And that's the kind of books we want to write. So there we have it. Feel focused. Yeah. Today, let's have an MA for authors. Master of attitude, filled with positivity, resilience, keeping going. Oh, I don't want to hear you saying never give up. That's negative. Never. The brain doesn't hear it. It hears give up. So that's why we say keep going. I think I'll do a field focus on how we speak to ourselves and the words we use. That's very important, because we have to keep motivating ourselves. Intrinsic motivation. Without it, we're going nowhere. So the people who are successful in life are filled with intrinsic motivation. How do you get intrinsic motivation? Find what you love. Find what you love, whatever it is. So if you love playing the guitar, make sure every day or whatever you set time aside to fill you with that place, allow you to go wherever you want to go, and then go back to another love, which is your work. You shouldn't call it work. You've got to find a new word for it, because it's not work, it's a lifestyle. That's what it is, a lifestyle. I sit at this computer, talk to screens when nobody shows up, because it's my lifestyle and I've committed to doing it. So there we have it. Have a great day, whatever you're doing. I'm going to do a few more emails, get a cup of tea before my next meeting in half an hour. So until then, I'll see you later. Remember, always be brilliant. Much love, and to the pip to next time.